So very good morning, students. So I welcome you all for today's the first online live class on behalf of Krishnaveni Talent Schools and the Mastermind Schools. So I welcome all class 5th students who are going to class 6th. So I welcome for the advanced IIT Foundation, IIT and NEET Foundation or Focus C program. So this is the first online class for the class 5th students. So from today till 15th of March, daily one subject will have the class for making them to habit about the online classes. As already scheduled shared with you, you follow the schedule and follow the timings and make sure that maximum number of branches attend the classes. So today, before going for our topic, which is a first chapter, being a 5th class students, we should know some basic introduction part about science. Okay. So you already know in your till 5th class, you learned EVS, right? EVS. You learned about the EVS up to 5th standard. Now, when you came to 6th class, it becomes general science separately and social studies. These two together, nothing but EVS. Right? General science plus social studies, they combine this earth science, you can call it as. They combine, they call it as EVS up to 5th class. But whenever you come to the middle school, that is 6th standard, they become separate. EVS becomes two parts, general science as well as social science. We'll read separately. Right? Got it or not? So till 5th standard, you will read EVS, environmental science. Environmental science includes general science and earth science, that is social studies. Study about the earth geography and all. But when you go to higher classes, to make the science easy or simple, they'll divide the EVS into two parts. That is, one is general science part, other is social studies. Right? Hope you got it. This is a basic about the science. Now, whenever you are seeing the general science, suppose you are in general science, you are reading now. Right? So what general science contains actually? Forget about the social studies. General science again further classified when you go to the higher classes or when you are taking the IIT Foundation, IIT or NEET Foundation. So in advance, actually it should happens in 8th class, but we're teaching for you now only. The general science is further classified into physical science and biological science. Just you can draw that later. So in general science, when you are studying general science in class 6th, when you read the general science textbook, it contains, total book contains physical science and biological science combined. Okay. But this general science, when you come to 8th class, when you enter into the 8th class, the general science is classified into physical science and biological science. Right? This is from 8th to 10th. So when you go to some other classes, for example, you are in 11th or 12th standard, these physical science becomes two again, physics and chemistry physics and chemistry, physical science. Whereas biological science becomes botany, and that is study about the plants, zoology, study about animals. See, a small science which is started as environmental science in first class to fifth class, it is further dividing into the tree. You can see the map here on screen. Complete tree you can see. So, environmental science you learn up to standard 5, right? Hope you all learned. First class to fifth class, you learn about the environmental science. You might have done so many activities, and even in Science Adda program also, we are given so many activities to learn about the environmental science, right? But when you are into the sixth class, in regular studies, when you are studying regularly, sixth class textbook contains general studies, general science. That general science includes physical science and biological science. But whereas when you are learning IIT Foundation, which is the additional information, we learn it as physics, chemistry, and biology. What we learn? Physics, chemistry, and biology. 3 parts of science we learn in the IIT Foundation, taught by separate teachers. Right? You may have only same teacher for EVS, same teacher for general science. But in case of IIT Foundation, where we are learning about the 3 sciences, that is physics, chemistry, and biology. Correct? That is the clear picture about the what we are going to learn in IIT Foundation. See, IIT Foundation is not reading some extra knowledge. The same concepts which are there in your general science textbook, same chapters which are in your textbook will give some additional information, additional concepts we are learning. Right? So we are not teaching 7th class textbook in 6th class or 8th class textbook in 7th class. We are not teaching advanced. In your same 6th class textbook, whatever the chapters are there in physics, chemistry, biology, and of course mathematics, the same topics will teach some extended part, little extended part. That's all. No confusion, no fear. It is a part of your regular studies only. But thing is, the general science we studied as separately, physics is separate, chemistry is separate, and biology is separate. Okay? So this class, myself, I'll take care of the physics part. I'll teach physics part for you. Okay? I'll teach the physics part for you, right? So before going for what I am teaching, next 3 classes, we'll get 3 classes before 15th. In 3 classes, first chapter, what we are going to cover as per the schedule. Let me give some more information about how this science is divided. What are the branches of science, right? So what is science actually? So you know the science from your first class only. Science is nothing but what I feel is science is wonders of nature. What is science? Science is a wonders of nature. Nature will do so many wonders that all wonders comes under science. So day by day, how many wonders we are seeing? So in 50 years back, which is not there, today we are enjoying. So many changes are taking place with the change of technology. So the wonders is made by the technology of science. All these wonders comes under science. Either it may be physical science or maybe biological science. Or it may be physics or chemistry or biology, no matter. But there are so many wonders you can see. Nobody thought that there is a possibility of sending messages without any paper. Initially used to write the letters, telegrams, now becomes emails, also fax. So many things are there. Similarly for communication also. There is no communications system in the olden days. But now we can communicate any person anywhere in the world within fraction of a second through mobiles, computers, laptops, iWatches. So many developments in science. All these are the wonders only. Wonder means which we cannot imagine, which never predicted. Such many things are happening nowadays. That is because of the science. Right? So science is a wonders of nature, what I feel. And this science has so many branches. You can see here. Branches of science. So when you go to the higher classes or when you are dealing with the IIT, we can find so many branches. See, number 1, natural science. Number 2, social science. Number 3, formal science. See, wonderful. Wonderful classification. All the sciences which we can see in our day-to-day life, which we experience day-to-day life. You can experience. Our morning starts with the science only. Suppose you are seeing the watch. What is the watch? Time. Time is nothing but science. You are heating a milk. Heating is nothing but science. You are going to school by cycle or vehicle or a car, whatever it may be. That is also science only. Everything from day, morning to night till you go to the bed, everything surrounds us is science. Everything surrounds us is wonders. Such science can be studied. We cannot study at one place because there is a lot of big concepts are there. So what they have done, for our convenience, we separated the science into various branches. In that, first one is natural science. Second one is social science. And third one is formal science. Okay. We'll see. Again, the social natural science is divided into physical science, life science, earth science. That is EVS. This totally is the EVS part. Earth science, including social science. Okay. So, natural science is further divided into physical science, life science, and earth science. Whereas, social science is divided into psychology, sociology, anthropology, economics, and political science. All comes in social studies. It's a part of social studies. So from EVS, it is separated. And third and very interesting science is formal science, mathematics. Mathematics is also a science of numbers, logics, logical thinkings and logical questions. Then computer science, data science, and statistics. All these are comes under formal science. See, beautiful classification. So, science is nothing but a wonders of nature, which is classified into natural science, social science, and formal science. You can note down the structure. You can take this tree form. This is totally. You note down in your notebook. Start writing notebook already. You might have started because your teachers are teaching from 15th February. So maybe some of you have maintained the first chapter, that is measurement. But after that, you can write down this, the basic introduction part. Heading, branch of science. It is classified in 3 categories: natural science, social science, and formal science. Natural science is further divided into physical science. That is, life science is nothing but biological science. Biological science and earth science. Right? Whereas social science classified into psychology, sociology, anthropology, economics, political science. Whereas the formal science is nothing but mathematics. Very interesting. So mathematics is also a science only. Logic, computer science, data science, and statistics. Okay. So you just note down this. Then we'll move to the, I'll show you some videos on basics of the sciences, branch of science, right? So these are the complete picture about the science for you. In this, we are going to discuss on one part. I am going to discuss on one part only, not entire. So other teachers will take about the remaining part in coming year when you start your classes regularly from June. Right? Hope you are completed. So out of all these, what we are going to learn? So my term is to explain about the one part of the physical science, that is, okay, we are going to learn only about the physics part. I am going to deal with the physics part, which is the one of the small branch of science, but it has a lot of concepts and lot of applications in our day-to-day life. So we cannot live even single second without physics. Everything what we are doing from morning to evening is nothing but physics only. Such a wonderful branch of science is physics, right? So in coming days, we are going to learn more and more about our physics. But before that, so before knowing about what physics contains, what is physics, okay, before knowing about the physics, let me show you some video on the branches of physics, which we can see here.
Science is the study of the world around us using observations and experiments. It can be a fun way to explore the world and get your hands dirty. But did you know science also has something in common with ice cream? Just like ice cream, science can be broken down into many different flavors. Only in science, these flavors are called branches, or different kinds of science that focus.
How ice cream will have a lot of flavors like butterscotch, vanilla, chocolate, like that. When science also having the
on a particular thing. Just like you might have a favorite flavor of ice cream, many scientists choose to study a particular branch of science. Science can be broken down into three main branches: physical science, life science, and earth
science. What we have shown: physical science, life science, and earth science.
Each of these can be further broken down into more specific topics. Let's learn about some of each. Physical science is the study of non-living things and the laws that describe them. You will not see any animals or plants in this branch of science. Here are some examples of what you would study. Chemistry explores matter and how it interacts. This may include chemical reactions, discovering new elements, designing materials, or even creating fireworks. Physics looks at the universe and the rules that explain how it works. In this field, you may study gravity, roller coasters, car collisions, or motion. Astronomy is the investigation of outer space and the objects found there. You may study planets, stars, and other faraway galaxies. Just like it sounds, life science is the study of living things. There are many, many fields in life science, depending on what living thing you decide to study. There are specific fields for insects, fish, and even seaweed. A few include: biology is the large field of studying life. Here, you can study all sorts of living things and how they interact with one another. Botany is the study of plants. This may include trees, flowering plants, and non-flowering plants. In this field, you may make measurements of populations or determine a new food crop. Zoology is the study of animals and their behavior. This doesn't necessarily mean you will work in the zoo. You may also study animals in the wild or a lab setting. Earth science is the study of the Earth and what it's made of. This includes the interior of the Earth, the surface of the Earth, and its atmosphere. There are many fields of study in this branch as well, but here are a few. Geology is the study of the material on Earth's surface and events that take place there. Here, you may dig up fossils, study earthquakes, or predict the next volcanic eruption. Oceanology is the study of the ocean. Remember, this would not be the living parts of the ocean, though. Instead, you may look at the ocean floor, currents, or tsunamis. Meteorology is the study of the climate and atmosphere. This includes predicting the weather, measuring climate change, and predicting the impacts of each. Have you decided which one is your favorite? Recall that there are three main branches, or categories, of science: the study of the world around us using observations and experiments.
Right. This is totally all depends on these three only. Total entire world is moving around the three. So one more
Is the
video is
study
there.
of the world around us using observations and experiments. It can be a fun way to explore the world and get your hands dirty. But did you know science
Sorry.
also has something in common with ice cream? Just like ice cream, science can
Okay. So this is completely about a simple video explains about what is the science and what are the branches of science, right? So complete structure about the branch of science, first you got idea before going for our own subject, our own branch. Now what I am discussing here, so we are going to discuss about the very important physical science branch, that is physics. So again, physics deals with the two substances. One is matter and other one is energies. Physics is a branch of science which deals with the properties of matter and different forms of energies. See, sound, light, electricity, magnetism, heat, all these are the forms of energies which will do some work. All these we learn only in physics. Neither we learn in chemistry or mathematics or Telugu or Hindi. Correct or not? So total all the forms of energies which are available, solar energy, garbage energy, heat energy, light energy, hydro energy, all these things we learn only in physics only. So physics mainly deals with the properties of matter like solids, liquids and gases, which are non-living things. Properties of matter and different forms of energies. Such a wonderful branch of science is called physics. Just you can note on the point here about physics, because before knowing that you should know the physics definition. Note down physics. So the branch of science, it is a, no doubt, it is a branch of science, deals with properties of matter. Properties of, we'll tell what is matter we see. Properties of matter and different forms of energies. Different forms of energies. So, energies are so many are there. Like sound, example, sound, light, heat, etc. So many. All this comes under physics only. So, after knowing about the complete branches and classification of science, we are starting with our own subject, that is physics. Even still, we are not entering into our topic, our first chapter. Some basic information we have discussed. That is, what is physics? Suppose somebody will ask, when you go home, your parents will ask, what you learned today? We learned physics. They'll get confused. How physics comes for you? So, because it is a part of our general science, or it is a part of our physical science. What it deals with the matter and energies. It is with the different forms of energies like sound, light. Or everybody know about this. Everyone will use it home. We know what is sound because this is sound only. What I am producing here. You will also very famous produce sound in your classrooms. And what is light? Without light, you cannot imagine our life. What is heat? Very important to do our work. You want to boil the milk, cook the food. Everything is because of the heat only. Electricity is there. Everything comes under physics only. So you note on this definition. Then in that physics, when you are dealing about the matter, the first part. So what is matter? Dealing the matter comes under the mechanics part. Mechanics. So these are wonderful points, wonderful terminology, you can say. Terminology in physics. Terminology of physics. When you are reading physics, we'll get everything, all these things, terms. Right. First, mechanics. Mechanics is nothing but study about the motion of a body. You know what is motion? Without motion, you cannot live. You are not moving means you are dead. Motion is life. Right? So in this part, the first part of physics, which is 50% of physics deals with the mechanics. The second 50% is energy, forms of energies, right? So this is the first 50%. So first 50% where we come across the terms like displacement, velocity, acceleration, force. You might have learned already in fifth class. Force, momentum, work, power, energy, and very famous Newton's laws of motion,